Hey everyone, so I wanted to do a quick reading, being that the full moon in Aquarius is coming up on August 9th. And let's talk about the themes first when it comes to Aquarius and this full moon. So, with the themes that this Aquarius full moon is emphasizing is community, social connections, humanitarianism, the art of detachment, and being okay with being out of the ordinary, or being okay with not fitting in. And then we have the Mercury in retrograde, which is being stationed direct on August 11th. So with that period of time, we also have to be careful with the technology, because with Aquarius and Mercury being in retrograde, communication with emails, text messages is something we need to look out for. And then Mars will be opposing Saturn on August 8th, which can be challenging when it comes to the cardinal signs, with arguments or things not falling into place. But with Venus and Jupiter opposition, which will be great, I believe it's August 12th, there's going to be a lot of themes when it comes to making money. So that's something that you want to prepare for if you're currently in a bind or trying to find ways to increase your income, increase opportunities, and things like that. So again, with the Aquarius full moon, we need to reflect on reassessing even our belief systems and embracing authenticity, being true to yourself, and expressing your individuality. You have to release that fear and let go of any anxieties that's currently holding you back from your own personal growth, because we can always be in our own way. And seeking clarity as well, using this full moon to seek clarity and gain a clearer perspective on your life path, what it is that's affecting you, how are you standing in your own way, how are you self-sabotaging your goals. The signs you want to look out for, the houses where these signs land on are, okay, let me rephrase that. So this is going to affect the cardinal signs, which are Aries, Cancer, Libra. Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. So in your birth chart, you may want to look for these signs, see where they land, because that's where this full moon will affect you the most, right? So let's get into it. Let's get into this collective reading. Spirit, what are we looking for when it comes to this full moon in Aquarius? What messages do you have for the collective? Any warnings, good news, whatever it is that the collective needs to know in regards to this full moon? Please show us and bring us clarity. Whoa, okay. So we have the Five of Swords. And then let's keep going with the Five of Swords. It's like looking back at everything that you've done, looking back at all the hard work, and looking at what you accomplished. Because sometimes we forget to do that, right? We forget to look back and realize, okay, I've been through XYZ. So with everything that I'm going through right now, what have I learned in the past to help me get through what I'm going through right now? Then we have the Page of Wands. With the Page of Wands, it's about emotional immaturity, bringing in and understanding exactly what it is that we want to bring into manifest, like exactly what we want to manifest, right? So with the with the Five of Swords and Page of Wands, we have to really reflect on whether or not we're approaching things the way that the universe wants us to approach things. We can be extremely stubborn, holding on to things that no longer serve us, holding on to this cycle that we're constantly stuck in because we don't want to let go of certain things. We're so used to maybe the chaos that's around us that even feeling at peace may feel a little boring to us. So with Aquarius, the full moon of Aquarius, this is our time to let that go and to realize that certain things are not serving our higher good. And it's time to reflect on that emotionally, get that inner standing of why it is we need to let go and moving on, right? So then we have the Eight of Cups. It's time to move on from our old views. Even I'm getting family traditions, even certain family traditions that you're trying to align with, but they don't necessarily align with you, or family views and perspectives. You have to break free from that. You need to break free from, might sound a little harsh, but trying to prove yourself to family, prove yourself to friends, prove yourself to jobs. We have to get out of that mindset, because that's exactly what's making you feel as though you're not good enough. But when you feel it, and it's not, and that's not what it is, because of course you're good enough. It's just the fact that you don't align with these certain places, with these certain people, and although they may feel comfortable and familiar for you, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're good for you. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you bring the moon and the stars, it's still gonna feel like it's not enough, and it's not you to take it personal. This is where we have to practice the art of detachment during the full moon of Aquarius, because we have to know when it's time to let go. You know, it's not you. Don't take it personal. Don't absorb those negative feelings. Don't absorb those negative mindsets that you're constantly trying to prove wrong. You have to let go. And the Knight of Wands, once you let go, everything is gonna start falling into place. I mean, the Knight of Swords. Did I say Knight of Wands? Everything will start falling into place and coming at you in the speed of light. Good news, opportunities, you know, exploring your horizons, exploring things that align with you more, understanding that there's so much more out there where you may be stuck. You put yourself in a box and you're stuck in that box, right? You need to explore more, go traveling, travel more, learn different cultures. You know, with the full moon in Aquarius, it's about dipping into different cultures. And King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles knows who he is. King of Pentacles is extremely disciplined. He has all his ducks in a row, and that's where you're trying to get, right? You're trying to get to be the King of Pentacles, the one who is extremely sure of himself, and he's done everything he possibly can in order to get to where he is. He let go of people who were holding him down. He let go of the self-sabotaging thoughts. He let go of the Queen of Wands. She's another one who's extremely has control of her emotions. So that's another thing with the full moon of Aquarius, is controlling your emotions more and stop letting it control you. Your emotions are getting in the way of your decisions, and you have to balance the logic and the emotions when it comes to this, to what you're trying, where you're trying to go, right? So where you're trying to go, who you're trying to be, the person has to be poised. The person doesn't give a shit about what other people think, and that's where you have to build to, right? Is not giving a shit to what other people think, and then the opportunities and the goals and everything you've been wishing for will start flowing into your life.